Hello everyone and welcome back to Mossy Pine Ranch at Elmcreek. We have reached episode number 44 and are now in October. That's right, we've reached autumn. Better check the traffic before I cross the road. And we're down here at the new farm, or ranch yard I should say, and ranch animal farm. Yes, that's right, we created this area last time in a sort of big animal and yard build session. And yeah, we've got all of our different bits and bobs, our sheds, our silage bunker and our garages. And then around the corner past the water feature, we've got all of our animal farms. And since last time, I've added a few little bits and bobs. We've got some sheds and some decorative objects and bins and all sorts. But most importantly, we've got the US flag, the stars and stripes all swaying away nicely there in the wind. And we need the Mack truck first of all this morning. That's because we need to give our chickens all of the barley. We've got quite a lot of barley in the silo stocks and we don't have any other purpose for barley, and the chickens seem to take quite a lot of capacity in their pen, so we might as well fill them up to make sure they're good and fed for a long time. So we're going to head over, grab the trailer, and we can get that all filled up with barley. And then that'll keep the chickens all nice and fed. Now in the ranch yard, and as you can see, the cotton in field number 10 is not yet ready. And that's slightly disappointing because I thought it was going to be ready. I thought October was going to be the month, but yep, turns out not the case. So we're going to have to wait until November. But good news is that our sugar beet is ready in the dark green field that you can see in the distance there, and that's not sugar beet that we planted, that came with the field when we purchased it. So yeah, we are going to have to see about harvesting that all today, and we'll have to get the equipment because we don't own any sugar beet harvesting equipment. So yeah, we will have to get that. But as you can see, this morning I've deployed helper John to mow up the grass meadow because that was the full height. And yeah, it's good to get that cut so we can add it to the grass and silage operation. So yeah, we just mowed the headland and our helper John is going to do the rows. But we will closely inspect his work when he's done because he likes to miss bits. Let's head round to the farm silo and we can grab our barley. Barley going in, and I think we've got about 48,000 litres worth. So that's pretty good, and that'll keep the chickens nice and fed for a long while. So let's go drop this in their chicken coop. Here we go, past the new gatehouse. And yeah, we've added all sorts of different decorations, and just gives it a little bit of character. So that's nice to see. But yeah, I really am enjoying the new yard and the animal farm. Leaves a question as to what we're going to do with the older animal farm in the sort of main part of the farm, but yeah, we'll have to just see what we can do with that, see if we can make some space. Special delivery chickens, and there we go, they've taken it all. Let's take a little inspect. There you go, so the chickens have got 69,000 litres, that's going to keep them happy for a long whiles. And our sheep are looking pretty good with hay, so they've got 10,000 litres. That'll keep them nice and fed. And the horses are doing pretty good as well. Might have to give them a top up of hay. But yeah, the horses and the sheep we don't need to give water, which is handy with the new plumbed in sheds. So if we consult the map, we can see that yeah, field 10 with the cotton is in the last growing stage. So yeah, we'll get to that next time. But field number 8 with the sugar beet is now ready for us to remove the foliage. So that's what we're going to be doing. And yeah, we need to go and rent some equipment that's going to help us with the sugar beet harvest. So I'm just going to park up the trailer and then we can get stuck in. Now I'm going to be parking the trailer in this field because we are going to need it for our sugar beet harvest, and I'll tell you what our plans are with that as we get the equipment. But yeah, we can just deposit this trailer here and then we can hightail it over to the dealership. See you there. Do love gunning it down this road, and it's nice to see all the autumn colours coming in. Right, we're at the dealership, so let's pick up what we need. So I should start by saying what our plan is for the sugar beet. Now, we don't really have much of a use for sugar beet, so my plan is to put it towards the BGA to turn it into biogas. But for that we need sugar beet cut. So we need a means of chopping up the sugar beet that we get. And I found as part of the sugar beet cutter pack some very nice auger wagons which will do that for us. So the plan is we can harvest sugar beets, tip it into this kind of trailer, and then when we take it out of this trailer and put it into another trailer, it will chop it all up into sugar beet cut. And I've had a look through all of these and I quite fancy the look of this Convey All, and it's 114,000, but we will be leasing it because it's only going to be a one-time use as far as I'm concerned. So we can lease this for $5,800, which yeah, is fairly reasonable. Then of course we are going to be needing a harvester, which we don't currently have. Now I'm going to go for the big guns, I think, the Roper Tiger 65, as that's got the widest cutting header and the most horsepower. So yeah, we can lease this up. It's going to be quite expensive, so $25,000, but I'm hoping we should get that back from all of the gains of sugar beet cut in the BGA. Now we'll need the header as well, so we can get this, and that is 4 meters in working width, and a further $4,000 for us to lease. So here we go, here's all the equipment. It's quite an array of expensive shiny equipment, but it's going to help us with the harvest, making it nice and efficient. And of course we've got lots of funds as part of the ranch now. We are a bigger ranch, so we can afford these outlays to do bigger and larger and more efficient jobs rather than just the smaller, cheaper equipment. So let's hitch this up, and I'm probably going to ask a helper to drive this back. There we go, they are away, so let's jump in the Tiger. Wow, what a beast this is. Let's take a look on the inside. I reckon it looks pretty Mars rover-ish. Lots of screens, lots of joysticks, and yeah, a few cameras by the look of it. So let's pick up this header and we can start our way back to the ranch. There we go. And I think this needs a fold whilst we're transporting. But let's go to the exterior view and get the beacons flashing. See you back at the ranch. Oh, I'm not going to get tired of that view. Driving past the new ranch yard and those great flags flying high and proud. Looks great. Oh, looks like Helper John is just finishing up, and we can beacon off, and I think we can even start to get this unfolded, because we're going to go sort of straight upwards, I think, just to try and see if we can make it round a headland without needing to unload. Should be possible, but if not, I will scurry over and start to empty the harvester into the trailers. Right, so whilst that's doing an unfold, I'm just going to hop out and go line the truck and trailer up. Excellent. So we should cover off this trailer, and you'll see that we've got lots of different compartments in there, and this is a pretty funky trailer itself, really. It's got these different compartments, and then from what I've been able to understand, it's got sort of like a central conveyor belt that runs along the bottom, and that's what seems to take it towards the back of the trailer and then into some sort of mincing machine, where it's then got a pipe which extends out like so, which is pretty funky, and if we line it up correctly we should be able to pivot it so we can deposit into the trailer as and when we need to. Now the beauty of this arm is that it can swivel, so we're going to turn it so it can then deposit into the trailer sideways. I'm probably going to have to realign because we want it at 90 degrees. Right, that's the nozzle hard over, and we've positioned it towards the back of the trailer just so we can then drive forward if we need to. But yeah, that's all set, and we can probably start harvesting now. But yeah, this is the little conveyor that runs all the way down the bottom, and it takes from each of the compartments the sugar beet into this area where it then gets cut up, and we can deposit sugar beet cut into our trailer. So that's pretty neat and funky. Nice invention. But yes, let's get back in the Tiger and we can get fired up and we can start harvesting our sugar beet. Now, although we didn't plant this, we did fertilise it, so we should expect some reasonable yields. And I've missed a patch already, which is a great start. But I'm just getting my bearings of the steering. Yeah, the sugar beet harvest is underway. Crikey, 5% in the hopper already. Probably means we've got a good yield. Yeah, I'm probably going to start with the headland. Maybe 2 headlands. And then that should give us a good amount of turning space where we get to the ends. So yeah, it's going to be a long job ahead. Leave this with me. And I'll see you when we've made some good progress. Okay, so we're going to have to take a pause, and that's because we've harvested enough now that the trailers are full. So we're just going to shut down the Tiger, and yeah, we can go inspect. Still making a noise, but I think it's completely full. Yeah, it is completely full. So, well, 83% in this, but the other trailer is full. So we've got around 36,000 litres, I think it said in that one, and in this one we're going to have about 80,000 litres because this lizard trailer does take a rather large capacity. So we're probably going to have to take 2 runs to the BGA in this little break. There we go, 83,000 litres, and then we've got another mid-30s thousand litres in the BEET cut trailer. And yeah, it's a long old job, beet harvesting, but it is good fun. I could of course set a helper to carry on the harvesting whilst I'm away doing the logistics, but it's probably the only sugar beet harvest we're going to be doing, so I've got it in my head to do it all myself. Helper John has finished and yeah, has left the tractor and mowers out as per usual, but let's head on to the BGA and we can get this sugar beet cut deposited in there and kick off the process to get it converting into biogas. Right, here we are at the BGA, so we can turn around and get this sugar beet cut into there and start processing. And it's going in. So that is interesting. It looks like we have no spare space for sugar beet cut. And not something I've come across before, so let's take a look at it. Ah yeah, okay, it only takes 36,000 litres. Did not think of this, so we better start this processing and we can activate that. But what to do with the rest of the sugar beet? Possibly it could go in our silo. We will have to take a little look. So let's head on back and hopefully we can deposit it in the silo. Just going to stop off for some diesel because we are in need of it. Replenished. Right, back at the farm ranch yard, and I've got all my fingers crossed that we are going to be able to put sugar beet cut in this silo. If we don't, or can't, then we are in a bit of trouble. So let's see. Phew, it looks like it can go in this silo. But this silo is not infinite, and we're going to have a lot of sugar beet cut. So we could even fill this up, but at least we could put some in the other silo that we've got at the top of the farm. So slight change of plan is we won't be taking it all to the BGA immediately. We will have to put some in our silo and keep topping up the BGA as it empties. So let's drive in here and try and make it central. Unhitch. I hate it how it trims through the trailer when you unhitch. It's rather annoying for the camera. But yeah, if we hitch up to this, we should then be able to start emptying it. There we go. And yeah, this trailer is very interesting. It empties compartment by compartment. So if I put up the help menu, I can change the pipe out mode. And that is section number 2. So that's going to start to empty and disappear, you'll see. And then we have to switch the segment to the next one, and yeah, as you can see, that section is now emptying, and then we skip to the next one. Let's get this all emptied. Right, that is emptied once more, so we can just unhitch again, but I'm going to straighten it up slightly and move it over to the middle. And we'll unhitch, get the trailer emptied once again, so we're fully reset for the next phase of the harvest. And another 36,000 litres of sugar beet cut going in here. Right, trailer's back in position, and we can leave that there. Right, on to phase 2 of the sugar beet harvest. We'll hop back in the Tiger, fire it up, and yeah, phase 2. I think we've done... hard to say. I'd like to say more than half. Possibly 2/3, but that sounds a little bit much because there's quite a large section still yet to harvest. So let's fire up again. Yeah, 2/3 I reckon. So we've got the last third to do. It's a bit deceiving because we've gone round the headlands and we've cleared up quite a section on this side to give us some good turning space so we didn't clash into the cotton field, although I did once or twice, but shh, don't tell anyone. Right, let's get on with it, and hopefully we can harvest all this, and we might have to do a trip or two to the farm silo. So I'm going to crack on, and I'll see you in a short while. And that is the sugar beet harvest all done. Can't believe it. We managed to do it in 2 phases, which worked out quite well. And we're just about probably filling up this trailer once again. So we'll have 2 deposits to make to the farm silo. And I've just been emptying from this compartment of the trailer here. So let's get the sugar beet harvester fully emptied, and then probably set it on its way back to the dealership to be returned. I think they need it for another job, so yeah, better get it back to them. So let's fold up, and you can fold up the harvester, put it away. No, not switch it on. Fold it away. Header's folding up and harvester's folding up. Maybe we'll give it a quick wash for them before we send it back. There we go, that's all washed up. Leave things as you found it, as they say. Right, they've come and picked up the Tiger. They're driving it back to the dealership. So next we've just got to empty our trailers, and then we'll need to get that back to the dealership as well. Right, so let's empty this as much as possible into the Lizard trailer. Right, that's empties as much as possible, and it's got 5,000 litres left in it, so let's go drop this in the silo. Get the pipe back in so we don't lose it. And there we go. Last little remnants being dropped in. Right, I managed to find John again, and he's running that back to the dealership for us, hopefully without accident. Oh dear. Go on, John, keep straight. God. There he is again. Madman, that John. Thank goodness. John made it back in one piece. Thought I'd never see that truck again. Right, we need to get the other trailer. Right, here we are in the trailer. 83,000 litres of sugar beet cut. And we can get this in the silo. But now that the sugar beet is harvested, that's all these 3 fields harvested. And as mentioned, we're going to combine the top 2 fields into one. And then we've got this field down at the bottom here, which is 4, 5, 6 and 7, that's already combined, so we're going to leave that as is. So yeah, we're going to turn our attention to some field prep in a coming up session. But probably not the next one, because the next one is going to be when our cotton is all ready. And it's going to be all about harvesting that up. But between now and next session, I am going to have to forage wagon up what John mowed this morning. So that's going to add to our grass stocks. But before we get on to that, let's deposit this sugar beet cut in here and see how much we've got in total. So, taking a look at the silo stats, we have got 172,209 litres of sugar beet cut, plus the 34,000 litres that we've got already at the BGA that started to process. So that's fantastic. And this converts 1,000 litres into 721 electricity, some methane, and also digestate. So that is pretty fantastic. And yeah, expect a nice trickle of funds in, but we will have to keep the BGA topped up with sugar beet cut. So yeah, we'll have to do 34,000 litre runs every time it's emptied, but that's okay, and we will get a nice trickle of funds to go along with our silage. So yeah, as mentioned, I'm going to get cracking with forage wagoning up this grass. I'll have to tidy away what John left out, and then that's going to go in our fermenting silo to go to the BGA as well. But that is it for today. I hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, remember to drop a like, but if you've got any tips, tricks or things you'd like me to do, then feel free to leave a comment. But all there's left to say is, I hope to see you again next time when we'll be doing our cotton harvest. But until then, I will catch you later. Cheers all. Bye bye.